I'm outside cutting herbs before dinner, and I thought I would tell you herbs that I think are easy, cheap, and everybody in North Texas should be growing. So let's cut some herbs. Okay, I have to start with basil. Got Genovese here that I'm actually harvesting for dinner tonight, as well as a few other ones. What I like about basil is you can spend about $3 on it at the beginning of the season. It literally will reward you all season. Notice how I'm cutting it too. I'm going all the way down to right above another set of leaves. And the cool thing about basil is that if you cut it there, it'll keep bushing out and multiplying and being huge and crazy and awesome. I have a few other varieties in my garden, but this is the one I use the most that I recommend you start with. Okay, I wanted to show you another spot that I have a bunch of herbs in my garden that I use all the time. So what I need for this recipe today is chives. So I'm gonna cut on those. They're right here. They come back for me in this bed. And I use them all the time when I'm cooking. I use them on my eggs. We're about to use them in like a curry recipe. But all you have to do is cut them like that, and they do great. These are garlic chives specifically. I also have the onion chives somewhere else in my garden. The other herbs I have in here is another set of the Genovese basil, which actually while I'm here, I'll just clip on that so you can see how to make your basil super bushy and awesome. And right next to it over here, this is all oregano that's come back for me too. And then right below it is thyme. So just a little collection of easy stuff to grow. And actually you'll notice over here, this is a lemon tree, but I just threw basil seeds down in here. And you can tell the basil's coming out super bushy. And so again, pretty much any time I go by this basil, I just come in and make it look bushier. And I probably need to just thin this out in general. But yeah, these plants are so easy. They grow so quickly. And I remember being in college and spending like $5 every week on basil, but you can grow it at home super simply. Another one I use all the time when I'm cooking is thyme. So you'll notice there's a courtyard. This is kind of like a little mini spot where I have a bunch of herbs, including thyme. There's a lemon thyme here. I think right below you is an English thyme. And I've got another variety kind of tucked in the back there. Yeah, there it is. Right now I'm gonna cut on this one. It is super hardy, and this bed actually doesn't get a lot of water. So this is one you can plant. It smells amazing. And I find myself using it and cooking more than I thought I would. And it is a perennial herb, so it comes back year after year, and I've had it do that pretty consistently for me. So pick up thyme if you haven't. Another one that I use more than I thought I would is rosemary. I've kind of got it all over the garden, but it's tucked in really nicely here in this bed. Rosemary is super drought tolerant and hardy, but I've actually killed it quite a few times by overwatering it. So just treat this like it is a Mediterranean plant because that's where it's from. I use rosemary in like pasta sauce and stuff, but I also like to put it in my cut flower arrangements because it smells really good. So if you haven't considered rosemary, get it, don't overwater it, and enjoy. The other one I use all the time is mint. I've got through here, but I'll just show you our peppermint one. It grows like crazy, and I find myself bringing it inside all the time. It's also good for getting rid of mosquitoes, so I've been told. Definitely with mint, you want to keep it in a container. So as you can see here, I've got all three of mine in a container, and man, they can take a beating. Like, I don't think this has gotten any water from me in a while. And as you can see, it's still doing okay. If you water it a lot, it's going to grow like crazy. So consider mint in your garden, but do not put it in the ground. Put it in a container. That's how hardy it is. Have fun. Okay, and I don't want to disturb this cute little baby anole, but right below it is some sage. So you can just watch the anole while I start with the sage. Oh, it's so cute. My next herb on here is sage. I've got a bunch of stuff down here. So it's, oh my gosh, there's more in here. That's so cute. There's another one down in there. I don't know if you can see it. It's like hiding in there, but it went away. Oh yeah, there he is. Oh my gosh, so cute. Hi. Okay, Anyway, I've got a few different kinds of sage in here. And so same thing, you'll just come in and cut above a set of leaves. But if you'll zoom out a little bit, sage to me is like one of the easiest ones to harvest or take care of. I just got like $3 little starts of it at the beginning of the season. And now it's, sorry, now it's just effortless herbs. So if you like sage, you like cooking with that flavor, this is a super easy one for Texas. Once you put it in the ground, it's real simple. And here's what I cut today. If you want to know more about things to grow in North Texas that are easy and low maintenance that you can do with a busy schedule, please subscribe. Thanks.